Welcome back to our channel. It's been a hot minute since we've been on this space and we have missed you guys. I know you missed us too. So today's topic is...
We're going to be talking about Lobola and its relevance in today's age and basically our views on different aspects of Lobola. Lobola.
Hi.
Lobola. Okay, so let's get Lobola. What did you say?
She said Lobola, ne? Like Ebola.
Are you serious? Okay, guys, how do you say though? Lobola?
It's Lobola. Why is it Lobola?
Lobola.
You said Lobola. Like, you're trying
Fine. Fine.
Firstly, I think we need to define what Lobola is. In most African traditions, it's when the man's family pays a bride price to the bride's family. There's a negotiation that takes place and the families decide, and then the family, in olden days, it was usually in the form of cattle or animals of some sort.
Yeah.
Or gold.
Yeah. Or gold, yes, that's true. And in the modern day, it's usually in the form of money. And yes, with some cattle, but mostly money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do we think, guys? Do you think that it's still relevant?
In today's...
I mean, it still happens in a lot of African cultures actually, but
true.
do we really think people need to still be paying Lobola, or do we think it should be a thing of the past? What do we think?
Firstly, why is Lobola done? What is the meaning behind it? It's just, I guess, to thank the bride's, not even to thank the bride's family. It's traditionally the man is the provider of the family, right? He's the head of the family, so he's the one who's supposed to look after this woman. So I think traditionally it's what the woman's family is asking the question, okay, you want to take our daughter, how are you going to look after her? You kind of have to show that you are capable of looking after this woman.
I don't know. I think it's a bit different so far. I don't disagree with what you think. Makes sense. But from my understanding, or maybe it's from where I come from, Lobola was just a form of uniting the families.
The families, yeah.
Okay.
And you know how they actually, in where I come from, if they, let's say they charge you 10,000 rands bride price, you're not allowed to pay all of it.
Yes.
Because it was always supposed to be a continuous thing where
It's
after a year,
disrespectful
it's
if you pay
actually
all of
disrespectful,
it.
yes. You pay all. So it's like you always make sure you're going to see the family, because people tend to sort of forget, you know.
Okay.
So it was always a way of bringing them back, and
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with Faith. It's a way of joining. It's more about the union, not only between the man and the woman or the couple, but their families. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just signifies like unity, and then even approval. Because I feel like if a couple didn't have a Lobola ceremony, then it didn't show that the girl's family approved of the guy, or vice versa. Yeah. So that Lobola, signified that it's a yes. Before we even started doing this whole white wedding dress thing, you know what I mean? Lobola was the it thing.
Yeah.
But then, and also remember, it's not just them paying the money. They come together. Families come together. There's negotiation. All that is then they come to some sort of like resolve, agreement.
Yeah.
So it's like even in future when they are,
they have
that disagreements
already,
and things, they've already had that platform where they can discuss and come to a resolve. So there's a lot of like what's the word? There's a lot of meaning behind the things that they do. It's not just money coming and paying money. Even though now I feel like it's being abused.
that's what I was going to say. Like that makes sense. Maybe that made sense, let's say 20, 30 years ago. But to be fair, guys, people are charging like exorbitant amounts for Lobola, and you're just like, this is because the principle wasn't the money.
Principle was right.
I mean?
The idea was
right.
right.
But now it's just literally about the money. Like
okay, but guys, remember that back in the day, I don't know, but back in the day, maybe that one car was also expensive. Like how do we know if it wasn't also like, okay, that this is a lot, you know what I mean?
No,
because like Insofar said, paying Lobola was a demonstration that the man could look after after their daughter, and that hence they were giving her away, and also the children that she's going to bear for the family. Exactly. So he was sort of proving himself worthy of taking this girl, you know what I mean? But so now, how do we know if? I don't think also then back then it was just like, oh, just give us one cow just for the ceremony. You know what I mean? That one cow, I think back in the day also meant it was a lot.
It was well.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
so,
but you know, okay, I understand.
I think it's because in form of money. But I mean, we don't have these days. Who has a few people have got cattle?
Money.
No, but there are some cultures that insist. Okay, you
cattle.
give the big portion of it is the money, but you have to take one or two cows.
Yeah,
like actual cows.
But don't you think that it's looking like, okay, people are taking advantage just because it's money? You get what I mean?
I think it does.
If it was a cow and they said bring 5 cows, I don't think a person would have sat and said, can you imagine they've told me 5? You know what I mean? But when you think of actual cash, you know what I mean?
Like 100,000, right? You know what I mean?
I think people, people are greedy these days with the way the world is being run.
And
today.
you know, like
everything
now,
revolves around money.
You see the other thing, which is like it's both sides. You think about someone with an educated child, they'll tell you that no, I took my daughter to varsity, I did this, and then sort of they want the guy to pay for that. Yeah. And then I'm just like, but you took your child to school, like that was your duty as a parent.
The thing is also that guy was taken to school
also, that's what I'm
saying, and probably got an expensive education.
But I think it's a thing of, remember, she's leaving her family. Those children that she's going to bear are going to be be their families. You know what I mean? So it's a thing of, it's a form of appreciation. Rather, I choose to look at it as I'm seen as that valuable. You get what I mean? I'm seen so worthy that my parents need to be appreciated for doing so much, raising me.
In this world of gender equality, don't you think appreciation has to be shown both sides somehow?
But it is. Remember, like, I'll give an example for my experience. Lobola was paid on my part, you know. Maybe initially my mom didn't want it, but the rest of the family said no, it had to be done, it's tradition. So Lobola was paid on my part, but it's sewn back into the union of the couple.
Yes.
So in terms of like,
so when you say
sewn back, I mean like a third of the wedding was paid for by my parents. My mother still did my whole kitchen. I didn't have a kitchen party. She's the one who still bought me all the utensils. So you see what I mean? It's what you do with the money. Yes,
but it also depends on the family. Your family is a good family, and
because most families don't do that.
But it's fine. But you guys, you have to look at this. Remember that the union is not just about the Lobola. Yes, they're going to take that money, even if they share it with the rest of the uncles and it's some people view it as a money-making scheme. That family is still going to remember the Lobola is held at the girl's family. A lot has to be put into that ceremony. You got what I mean? Remember, which the bride's family pays for, because and I'm not talking about it's a small Lobola ceremony. Hundred of people come, and then that's the bride's family's money that they're putting. It's the ones who are taking care of the food. So it's a joint thing. You get what I mean?
From where I come from, when you're in Lobola, you know what they do? They'll charge you, let's say, 10,000 rands. They'll do like a grocery list. So you have to buy like dude, when I say a lot of food, I'm talking, I think that food can last for 6 months. They would say like boxes of cooking oil, you know those things. They would buy alcohol as well. It's the guy's responsibility to do that as well. And they would buy like outfits for the parents as well.
Family.
So that part, I think it depends with the culture, obviously. But like from where I come from, the guy does that. By the way, I don't mind Lobola. I think it still should be practiced, and I think whoever wants
the principle is
but
fine.
I just feel
do you want Lobola to be paid for?
Yes, I think I do. I do actually. The only thing I have a problem with, I feel some parents, they just want to put a price, like they want to make money, get rich off their
okay, I think
it's not even the parents, it's the uncles that are responsible
like the family, you know what I mean?
Okay, now it's driven by poverty. You get it,
you know what I mean?
But funny enough, some of these uncles, sometimes they are not even like poor. They are not, but they will still be
but there's
greedy
always
about
poor.
it.
If you see those, there's always that uncle, the one who drinks a lot.
No, but I feel like the poor ones, if the girl came from a poor beggar, and I don't want to say poor, it sounds so wrong. I know, but anyway, if the girl came from a poor beggar and she's marrying into a poorish family, there's only so much they can ask for also. You know what I mean?
No, the problem
they need to be realistic.
Money.
I feel like the people who ask for exorbitant amounts are the people who have that kind of money. You know, look, if imagine both of us are coming from a rich family and okay, I don't see. I even though we said we're not putting a price to the girl and all that, she's not property. But like, I don't see how both rich families can charge 5,000 rand.
Do you know what I mean?
You understand what I'm saying? It's like they just came to play. You get what I mean? If they charge 5,000, it has to be. You have to show that you have kind of had a tough time to get this girl, you know what I mean? Because then you value her so much more. Even though now people, like I said, people are abusing it now, because I feel like it incites even violence sometimes in marriages.
Like,
because the guy thinks you are his property, he owns you. Yeah, exactly.
He struggled a lot. Do you know the other thing I worry about is like a family, a new family moving in, and they're already starting with debt, because some guys end up borrowing that money, and then I feel like it also puts unnecessary pressures on girls. Like, let's say,
that's how come people end up cohabiting.
You
get what I mean?
You're dating someone, you know your guy can maybe afford 100,000, let's say, but your parents maybe want to charge 200,000. Then you also want to get married, and then the girl will give the guy the money.
Hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
I've seen these things happen.
Yeah, they happen, but
and
guys
you just
never
like,
give money.
I don't want to judge, but I think
way.
don't do it. I just feel as a woman, there's just a certain way you won't feel complete. Like you just, if you had a part in the money, it's just, I don't know. I think
guys, okay, you know what? I don't know how I feel about it. You know, I feel like I'm indifferent about it, because it depends.
Okay.
Because remember, you and the guy are building this life together. You want to have a future. You want to have, you know what, to be together. So if you put the man, after all, it's your wedding.
This is Lobola, not wedding.
Someone
not wedding, Lobola.
Exactly.
No, but you see, then in that case, you are looking at Lobola as a form of his buying you. You get what I mean?
No.
Because you are. If you are saying it's something that how can you give
guys,
him?
It corrupts the whole principle behind Lobola. You giving your guy the money to go do it.
I don't think if you gave him the actual money. But if we start together, we want to get married, but our family is being inconsiderate. They want 100,000. You don't have 100,000, but I want us to be together. I want us to start a life together. Who cares if you gave him 20k from the 100 and he had 80?
Let me ask you something. Remember when we started, was it you or Mustafa who was saying it's the guy?
That's what
I'm saying. The principle of Lobola is the guy trying to show that he can take care of you.
Someone once told me, what my cousin brother, he said you can help a guy with anything, rent if you want to, help with his car, blah blah blah, but never help him pay Lobola, because when you get married, sometimes when things go south in the marriage, he's going to say, but me, I didn't even pay for you. If we're going to question this whole concept of Lobola, we should question it on the thing of, should it be both ways? For me, that's how I would want to question. Appreciation
By the
should
way,
be both ways.
There are cultures, like I'm not sure if I'm right. Is it Indian
it's
people?
Indian,
the lady pays, and like other different, like Muslims, they pay to the girl. You know, some people do it different. They literally would put it to like a wedding.
If we're both in our 20s and we really want to be together and we want to start a family together, and then they're charging the guy 250,000, where is he going to get that kind of money? 250,000. It doesn't work. And if the girl has the money, she'll most likely, a lot of marriages that have happened today, most likely the girl has taken out money and put it to us. I don't think it determines whether a marriage is going to be successful or not.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Definitely not.
It's just that if you're a very traditional and cultural person, then that won't work for you. Sorry. Then that doesn't, it doesn't cut it. It's weird, yes, to pay your own Lobola. But I don't think it determines that, the marriage is now doomed because you took out money. You know what I mean? I mean, go for it. If you want to help the dude, you want to have a
I don't recommend.
You didn't do it. Don't listen to this.
No, I didn't do it because my Lobola was not exorbitant.
Who says it's not exorbitant?
No, I know. I remember my mom, she would say, I'm taking you to school, I'm sacrificing so much so that you don't have to rely on a man. So why are they then
so she's going
using
to marry this guy anyway?
So why is then Lobola then wanting to be a factor of proving that the guy can look after you?
It's contradictory in the sense that like women would raise, our mothers raised us to be independent women, and then when it comes to the Lobola concept, we're now looking to say, can you take care of my daughter? Do you know what I mean? But then you can take care of yourself.
But what I was saying,
can you also take care of the guy? You know what I mean? Okay. Since you said it's a two-way thing.
What I'm saying is, how can we be more reasonable? Let's practice Lobola if we want to, but how can we be more reasonable about it?
I wanted to ask like a concept where interracial relationships, do you think the guy, well, let's say it's a white guy and I'm dating a white guy, do you think he should be sort of forced to pay lobola? Like, because most...
It's the girl's tradition, and it does have, like, guys do pay. White guys
not
do pay.
all of them.
Not all, but
I actually know if I don't even know any.
But they are not forced to. I feel like if for me lobola will depend on like whoever my daughter's with, and like if.
What do you mean?
Like if the guy. Just depending on whether they want to do it, you know what I mean? Because I'm not really, I don't want to be hypocritical and say lobola is so important to me because there are so many other traditions that I'm not following. Yeah, so why this one? You get what I mean? If I can still be able to tell that this guy can look after my daughter without him having to give me any money. We can meet as a family, have a party, a joint party, and still give each other gifts. That we have game nights. Yeah, exactly. And we get along and still give each other gifts, which is what happens. Also know of a story of where this guy, he didn't finish paying and then the wife died.
Oh no.
And then they refused to him to bury the
wife.
wife. And this was in Zim actually.
Oh, no.
Yes,
and then he didn't, they refused him to bury. Because he didn't finish lobola.
You see, that's
so they said for them to release that body to him, he needed to finish.
And then
which is unrealistic.
You have another cow to... Yeah, that's the other problem. You have to finish at some point.
So you have no rights to this girl's life or anything in her life if you don't.
Well, that was just tradition. I don't know why they did like that, but you can't bury them.
No, it's now. I'm not talking about an old story. It's a thing for 2021. Yeah.
They're still doing those things.
Yes.
Okay, I know a girl who, like, the grandfather, can you believe a grandfather died and then he hadn't finished paying lobola. The kids had to pay that lobola.
The grandfather had to
finish. You know that thing, like, you don't finish it. He ended up dying, and then the kids
now inherit that debt.
Oh, so it's like debt now.
It's like debt, and then now they pay. I think it's a bit more. They had to pay cows, goats, all those things, to. It's
because all this while, all this while he was with the woman.
Yeah,
like
he was
because you know why they had to inherit that debt. His parents were dead, obviously. So and those kids are now part of that family. They are not considered the woman's family.
Side.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Anyway, guys, do let us know what you guys think on the subject.
Yeah.
And
do you still think lobola is relevant today in today's age? And would you pay it for your child or your son?
And we would also be interested to know how it's done specifically in your culture.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time. Bye.
Okay,
so guys,
this one